Hello everyone, welcome on my YouTube channel. My name is Matchab. I'm a 20 years old student passionate about finance and investment. And today I'm gonna reveal you my 5K portfolio. First of all, I'm gonna show you my asset allocation, which is the most important. After, we're gonna see the performance of my portfolio. And we're gonna finish by the performance of my portfolio against the performance of MSCI World. The performance of MSCI World if I had invested the same amounts at the same time as I did on my portfolio. Okay, so to start, you can see that I have cash, banks share for PEA. I will explain you what it is. Some crowd equity, stocks, ETFs, crypto, NFTs, and trees. So we're gonna start with my smaller position, which is trees. I have $30, 30 euros of trees, which is 1% of my portfolio. So $30 is only one tree, and it was just to try some diversification, some exotic assets. So I have 1% of trees, one tree. Just after it's crowd equity, only 1%. So it's not smart to have only one company in private equity, in my case crowd equity, because I don't have the money to do private equity. So my goal is to have at least 10 companies in this sector. So in third position on my portfolio, there is NFTs. There are NFTs with 200 euros. So I hold them. And there is some NFTs like Sora, the game with football, basketball, and extra. I don't know if you know it. And there are other NFTs, but it's only a small part of my portfolio with 200 euros. And even if it's not the NFT season, I hold them, and I don't hope that they will 10x or I don't know, but I won't sell them, and we will see what it become in the future. Just after, there are banks share for PEA. So what is PEA? Shortly, PEA is only in France, I think, maybe in Europe, but I think that it's only in French. It's like a CTO where you can buy stocks, but only European stocks, and you can have fiscal deduction. You can have less taxes, like 15% instead of 30% if you hold the stocks, the PEA for more than 5 years. So I just bought the minimum to open it and to start the 5 years period. Just after, with 16%, there is crypto. I will show you in what crypto I've invested, but it's mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum. In this period, we are at March 2023. In this period, I don't think that it's a good idea to invest in many projects. So let's focus on the basics, and in the next bull run, we will see what it will become. The third biggest position of my portfolio are ETFs with $1,000, 1,000 euros, and 20% of my portfolio. So I invest mainly in MSCI World SRI, ESG with ESG filters. That's not to outperform the market. That's mainly a personal conviction. But I think that it can outperform the MSCI World, even if that's not the reason why I invested in. And that's my main investment, mainly monthly investment, because I think that it's a good way to invest in a passive way. Not all ETFs, but biggest ETFs like MSCI World are mainly passive. So it's a good way to invest in a passive way without doing company analysis each month and without spend times for tracking them. The second biggest position of my portfolio are stocks. So here I'm looking, I have 1,200 euros of stocks, which is 22%. I've tried doing stock picking. I know that it's quite impossible to beat the market. It's really hard at the long term. That's why now I invest mainly in ETFs. But I hold these stocks because I think that these are good. So we will see if I outperform the market with these stocks, even if now on a monthly basis, the most of my investments are ETFs. So no surprise for my main position, it's cash with 30% and quite 2,000 euros. And even more because that's only my investment portfolio. I have cash in saving accounts. but I prefer to differentiate both because these are different, and this cash is for opportunities. If the market goes down, I can buy quickly. And that's why I keep a lot of cash, 30%. For a lot of people, 30% of a portfolio is a lot of cash. But I have a small portfolio, 5K is small, so I prefer to keep cash. And if I have opportunity if the market goes down, I will take them. Now let's go on Excel to see the performance of my portfolio. So I'm gonna zoom on annual performance. I started investing in 2021, and this year I've invested quite 2,000 euros, and the value of my portfolio by the end of the year was 2,200 euros. So I had a performance of 50%, which is good. We will compare it later with the MSCI World. In 2022, I did 35%. So I'm not a genius. I had chance on some companies and some things. And you see that I will show you later, but the realized P&L is big because I take a lot of profits, and unrealized P&L is very low because the companies and other assets where I lose money, I didn't sold them for now. I mean, for example, with crypto. And in 2023, that's just the beginning. But the value of my portfolio in March is 5,800 euros with a performance of 6%, which means nothing because that's just the beginning. So we're gonna see at the end of the year which will be my performance. Now let's see the graph. You see that this is the amount I've invested. Here it goes down a lot because I take profits. That's why here I start making profits, and here I took them. And now I've invested, I deduced the realized profits from my initial investment, from the amount invested on the graph. So here we don't see it, but it's approximately 3,000 euros for 6,000 euros. This is a good performance for me. As I said before, 2 years of investing is really short period, so that's not representative. We're gonna see in 2 years, in 5 years, 10 years, which will be my performance, but I'm quite satisfied for the beginning. Now let's compare it with the MSCI World, because just see the performance like that, it's not possible to compare it with the MSCI World because I've invested different amounts each month, so I need to calculate which would be my performance if I had invested these in MSCI World. So here this is the data, here this is the same thing that's on the other sheets, and it's the outperformance I did. I outperformed the markets, the MSCI World from 9%, from 100% the second year. As I said before, it's luck, it's not talent. I can say that it's talent. I had some luck on some assets, so I need to do, to see in 10 years if I had a good performance, because only 1 year can be chance. And this year plus 8%, but we are in March, that's the beginning, so as usual that's not representative. And if we see the graph, if I had invested in MSCI World, I would have lost money, a bit of money. Let's see, 3227, okay, 500 euros. And this is the performance of my portfolio. So I'm quite satisfied for now, even if it's not really representative, as I said many times before. And here there is the Monte-Carlo Simulation. I did a video on the topic with why traders lose money. So if you want to see how it works, you can see this video. But quickly, that's not a scientific tool, that's a statistic tool that I use to predict the future. We can't predict the future, but it's only for having fun. I see what will be my median performance on 10 years or on 40 years if I invest 4,000 euros a year at 8% with a volatility of 15%, which is the data from MSCI World. So here you saw my 5K current portfolio. My goal in 2023 is to reach a 15K portfolio, 15K euros, and in 10 years, 1 million euros portfolio. So I will post video every 3 months or every 6 months to post my performance if you want to follow it, because I think that on a monthly way, there won't be many changes, so it won't be interesting, but maybe every 6 months would be interesting, or every 3 months. So leave a comment to tell me what you think about my portfolio, and follow my channel if you want to see the performance of my portfolio in the next 3, 6 months, 1 year, and in 10 years. See you.